Our project Product Insights focuses on product reviews on various e-commerce websites. India's e-commerce market was worth about $4 billion in 2009, and it went up to $24 billion in 2015. The enormous growth and usage of e-commerce offers positive ways to any business by sharing the emotions, feelings, and experiences of the users. The web admins and the users of the e-commerce websites are benefited from the valuable online reviews for their products. There are many instances where these reviews are not considered for evaluation of the product, thus affecting the sales. We aim to utilize these reviews effectively and thus plan to create a review management system that classifies reviews into positive and negative by using sentiment analysis via Azure machine learning libraries and perform various operations on it that can benefit any corporation to gain product insights. Furthermore, we have implemented this idea as a real-time service rather than just a model, and thus also provide APIs and an interface through which websites can communicate and use our service. This will be a useful practical solution to allow corporates to decide how well a product satisfies the need of the customer and know exactly what customers want. This is the outline which we are going to follow in this video. Our product consists of three major components. The first one is the sentiment analysis model. Second is the feature identification model, and the third is the clustering model. The main audience and the end users targeted by our product will include all kinds of e-commerce websites and services to help them deal with the reviews the community has put up in an effective manner. Users are not expected to have a very high level of technical expertise. Some of the general users of the product would be online shoppers, e-commerce website managers, system operators, and system administrators.
Hi guys, I'm Anuj and I'll be talking about some of the components present in SDS. A brief introduction about the SDS. A design specification is a detailed document providing information about the characteristics of a project to set criteria the developers will need to meet. So, a design specification must include all necessary drawings, dimensions, environmental factors, cost, maintenance that will be needed, quality, safety, documentation, and description. And it also tells specific examples of how the design of the project should be executed, helping others work properly. Now, moving on to the system overview. India's economic market was worth about 3.8 billion in 2009 and it went up to 24.2 billion in 2015. The enormous growth and usage of e-commerce offer positive ways to any business by sharing the emotions, feelings, and experiences. The web admins of e-commerce websites are benefited with valuable online reviews for their products. There are many instances where these reviews are not considered for evaluation of a product, thus affecting the sales. We aim to utilize these reviews effectively and thus plan to create a review management system that classifies reviews into positive and negative by using sentiment analysis. So moving on to the ER diagram, we have four tables: result table, reviews table, users table, and features table. So in the users table, we basically store in the data of the user, such as his name, username, and password. In the reviews table, we store the user ID, review ID, product ID, description, and the timestamp. So users post reviews on the website, and these reviews are being evaluated, and the results are being stored in the result table, and the features associated with those reviews are stored in the features table. So in the features table, we store the product ID, the feature score, the normal ID, and the auth token. And whereas in the result table, we store the review ID, and the result score, and the departments to which the reviews have been classified. Now moving on to the state diagram. Firstly, the user has to register, and then he needs to log in through the web portal. Now the user will be able to see a dashboard wherein which he is able to review all his products and get insights about his product, and basically see charts and graphs and product score for the products that the website admin has posted.
So guys, myself Harshit will tell you about the sequence diagram. What exactly is sequence diagram? It is nothing but an interaction diagram that shows how processes operate with one another and in what order. It is a construct of message sequence chart. A sequence diagram shows object interaction arranged in time sequence. There are different kind of sequences. First is this, like it has admin, the system overview and the database. The admin is sending the request to the system overview for the authentication. Like it is requesting the username and password to the system overview. Then it will again send the request to the database for checking the username and password. And if it is wrong, like it is not available in the database, then it will send that it is invalid. Otherwise, it will authenticate. Second sequence diagram. It has four components: object, domain, product and custom. It has like object is sending request for the checkout. Then the shopping cart is directly sending request to the custom for the discount if there is any discount available or not. Then the shopping cart is again sending the request to the product for getting the price of it, and it is calculating the total price among itself. It is the third sequence diagram. It has admin, system, and the database. Admin is sending request to the system, and system is reviewing the request by sending it to the database. And database will reply to the request to the system. Then the review will be done by the admin, and the analysis will be done on the basis of the database. What is available in the system. Fourth is like admin, overview, and database. Again, the same thing. It will send the ratings to the overview, and the overview will send the ratings to the database. Database will store every rating of the customers, and then based on that, it will give the reviews of it. And based on that, those reviews, the customer will buy the products.
Okay, so I'm Nilesh and I'll be giving you an insight into the data flow diagrams. A data flow diagram is a graphical representation of the flow of data through an information system modeling its process aspects. A DFT is often used as a preliminary step to create an overview of the system which can later be elaborated. DFTs can also be used for the visualization of data processing. In our very first data flow model, that is the level 0 model, we have the user that is responsible for sending in the different reviews into a product review analysis engine, which then later generates the different reports. Our next data flow diagram is a level 1 diagram, which gives a more enhanced view of the manner in which our data is being processed by our different models in our system. Moving forward with our level 2 data flow diagram, we have a more detailed description of the manner in which data is being processed by our different features of a product review analysis engine before being stored into a database. The system architecture comprises mainly of a ASP.NET MVC website, which receives requests from a host e-commerce website in the form of customer reviews. On receiving these reviews, our website then calls the Azure Web Service, which stores the data into the SQL storage. Once the data is stored, then our Azure ML Web Service is called, which does the sentiment analysis on this data and stores the results back into the database storage. Once the data has been stored, our website then makes use of Business Intelligence module to report this data in the form of charts and graphs to any website admin.
Now comes the implementation part. The UI includes the basic design of the project. There are four features. This is the home page. The user can also check the about section, contact section, and register section. The main part is the login part. The user can log in by the credentials of email and password. This is the part, and he can log in here. If the user is not registered with the website, he can sign up or register by this section.
the get started. This is the registration part of the product insights. The customer can register into the system by creating an account. The details he need to provide are first name, last name, email, password, confirm password, and phone number. By clicking this register button, the customer will get a password and email, and he can log in into the system by the credentials. These are the screenshots of the implementation we just saw. This is the login part, and this is the register section. Now comes the test case of our project. These are the requirement ID, test case, expected result, actual result, and test outcome. The test outcome explains us the pass and fail of the test case. The first requirement ID contains the test cases of login system. The first case test ID is if the user tries to log in with the credentials and he passes. And the second part is if he tries to log in with the false credentials, he gets an error message of a wrong username or wrong password. The second requirement ID contains the test cases of registering an account into the system. The first part contains if the user tries to register with the perfect credentials as required by the system, and the second test case ID explains us about the wrong password validation of the system. The conclusion of a system. The sentiment analysis or conclusion mining is a field of study that dissects individual slants, demeanors, or feeling towards a certain elements. This paper handles the central issue of notion, examination, assumption, extremity, classification. Online item surveys from Amazon.com are chosen as information utilized for this study. An estimation extremely order process has been proposed alongside nitty-gritty portrayals of every stride. A test for both sentence level order and survey level classification have been performed. Thank you. This is the reference part. Our reference from for our project are taken from the first one is was given by Andrea Esuli and Fabrizio Centesini. This was titled as Determining the Semantic Orientation of Terms Through Gloss Classification. This was done in proceedings of 14th ACM International Conference in 2005. The second was given by Bai and R. Padnam. This explains the Markov blankets and meta-heuristic search, the sentiment extraction from unstructured text. This was taken from the lecture notes in computer science in 2006. The third one is by Bing Zhu, Tianjin Zhao, Dezhen Zheng, Shanzhu Wang. It was titled as Product Features Mining Based on Conditional Random Fields Model. And the proceedings taken from the proceedings of 9th International Conference of Machine Learning and Cybernetics, Xander. The fourth one was by Chavalit Lena Zhou from the Movie Review Mining of 2005.